A Texas Lottery commissioner resigned over the weekend as the agency is pressured by lawmakers to change its rules and regulations. Last week, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick raised concern about people buying tickets on phone apps, sometimes in large numbers. Fox 4 Stephen Dial is live with more. Stephen.
Governor Greg Abbott this morning called for the Texas Rangers to investigate that winning ticket in the Austin area last week and another big jackpot that happened in 2023 up here in North Texas. This as some senators are pushing to ban lottery apps. The Texas Lottery Commission has been under fire by lawmakers in Austin a week after someone used an app to buy an $83 million winning lottery ticket. Governor Greg Abbott called for the Texas Rangers to investigate.
My concern is if we allow them to continue, why in the world would we believe they would follow the law?
A Senate committee met Monday to discuss SB 28. The bill would prevent lottery tickets from being purchased online or through an app. A similar bill passed the Senate in the last session, but failed in the House.
We sold an $83 million ticket yesterday.
Things came to a head last week when Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick posted video of him investigating the Austin store that sold the $83 million ticket. The business, Winner's Corner, is owned by the same company that owns the ticket seller, an app called Jackpocket. The company says the ticket was bought by a Texas resident through an individual sale and not through a mass purchase of tickets by the company itself. Monday morning, the executive director of the Texas Lottery said he will also call for a ban on couriers at a meeting next week. That appears to contradict previous statements when he said the commission did not have that authority.
You have the exact same authority this morning that you had when the commission more or less was from its inception. Why did you not take these regulatory actions a long time ago?
We also had information, credible information from our investigations that said we need to take action now. And so that's why I issued that policy statement. And that's why I'm taking that rule to the board to say that we need to make sure that we can stop this activity from happening.
In a statement, Governor Abbott said Texans should be able to trust the state lottery system. In addition to the Austin ticket sale, Abbott also wants to investigate a 2023 jackpot that was sold at a North Texas business where a company overseas purchased millions of dollars in tickets. Lawmakers are concerned that online purchases don't come with age verification and ensuring the buyer is in Texas. Senator Bob Hall also alleged that couriers could use large ticket purchases as a form of money laundering. Lottery officials addressed that question at a House committee meeting on Monday.
You said that there were, some actors out there that had ill intention, right? Could be money laundering, could be a lot of other things. Do we have any proof of those things?
No, sir.
Now, all of the lottery commissioners actually just wrapped up testifying before the state Senate, a committee in the state Senate, and they all were asked that question again by senators. They said apps could leave the door open for something like money laundering, but they had no evidence that it was actually happening. The Texas Lottery Commission said that they brought in $2 billion in revenue in 2024. They said couriers, apps, made up for 2% of that revenue.